Philippines! Kamusta ang Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao? This is your host again, Marlene Crag of Kamusta Ka? Bagong Pilipinas, ang bagong talk show ng bayan. Dito po tayo sa part 2 ng ating talk show. So, co-hosting with me is Ms. Rina Tolentino, and with us still ay yung ating nagpipitagang guest, Dr. John Bocaling, Chairman of the Philippine Blockchain Infrastructure Council and Chairman and CEO of Integra Nexus Incorporation, and the company behind the Digital Tax Clearinghouse. The first AI-powered blockchain secured the VAT enforcement platform for the Bureau of Internal Revenue. He's also recognized as the pioneer of national blockchain infrastructure, leading projects that merge with AI. Please welcome again our beautiful guests, Dr. Jonathan Bocaling.
Thank you very much, MK and Rina. And of course, Congressman.
Back.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Part 2.
Thank you.
And of course, joining us is our very beautiful, familiar face, our superstar, true public servant, the multi-awarded lawmaker of the 19th Congress, civic leader siya, and voice of every OFWs and seafarers and Filipino living abroad. So, lagi ko, alam mo, Rina, I'm really, na nung na-meet ko siya, sabi ko, ito yung tunay na leader. Ito yung iboboto ko lagi.
Thank you.
So famous siya sa pag-spearheading and authoring the Seafarers Magna Carta, which is so good, you know. So, let's welcome our OFW Party List 19th Congress and now the Ambassadress of the Philippine Blockchain Infrastructure Council, Congresswoman Marisa Del Mar Magsino.
Thank you, MK, Rina, Dr. John. Maraming salamat po. Welcome sa ating programa. Kumusta ka, Bagong Pilipinas, at syempre sa lahat ng ating OFWs, seafarers around the world and their families. Love po namin kayo sa PBIC. Good morning.
Yeah, hello kababayan. Welcome back sa ating part 2. Kanina, in part 1, we talked about blockchain technology and how it can make the government data secure and transparent.
Just in case, MK, no, ma-miss nila or na-miss nila yung una nating segment, this explains the significance of blockchain and what is a blockchain it is, and how it will gonna make an impact to the government and to us end users. And now, titingnan natin, hihimayin natin kung paano ba ang proseso nito, ano ba yung mga stigma na kailangan natin i-address para lang mas maintindihan natin ano nga ba yung blockchain? Is it something helpful? Is it something that is game changer? Or isa lang to sa pagbabago na kailangan ba natin o hindi, or ipagpaliban ba? That you have to decide after this discussion with our beautiful guests.
Yeah, and we will explore something that directly affects all Filipinos, including you and me.
Yes.
So, ayan, the question, malait at malalaking tanong. Where does the government's money go? Saan yung piso mo napunta? And how blockchain, PBIC, could help prevent misuse and corruption.
Yes.
Ayan.
That's right, MK. And the National Budget Emergency Insertions, paano ba nangyayari? And paano ba natin itong maiiwasan, mga kababayan? Many Filipinos are so much curious, and right so, about funds actually from the president agencies and ultimately to projects. Pero paano ba natin mababantayan at ma-ensure na napupunta sa tama ang ating mga ibinabayad na tax?
Ayan. Pag makita po nyo, yung chart kung saan pumupunta yung piso nyo, where money goes. So sa chart natin, makikita nyo saan nagli-leak yung ating mga pera and how the blockchain plugs holes. You know, kung paano niya iistapin yung butas na yan.
Oo. So,
Yung leak na yan.
MK, kung titignan natin, tignan mo yung pangalawa, yung peach dyan. Meron kaming chart dito, mga kababayan, para lang din alam natin. Kasi mamaya, si Doc John at si Congresswoman, the gorgeous Miss Marisa, will explain to us how blockchain will do. Now, ang akin is, where money goes, MK? Budget, insertions, procurement, payment. So, where it leaks, MK?
Okay. So, next po tayo muna. Babalikan natin yan. Pero let's break down, Madam Congresswoman. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, yung pera, ang involved dito ay ang executive branch, which is the president. He proposes the national budget. And then, the legislative branch, the Congress and Senate, they debates on this budget, they amend, approve the budget via the General Appropriation Bill. Tama ba yan? And then the President signs the budget into law. Tapos yung Department of Budget and Management releases funds to government agency. And then yung Commission on Audit, yung COA, siya yung mag-audit ng expenditure. Tama po?
Oho, tama yun. Okay, ganito. Mukhang napunta ang kongreso dito. Kumusta ka, bagong Pilipinas? Talaga namang himay-himayin natin. Okay po, alright. Magkakaroon po muna tayo ng national expenditure expenses, national expenditure budget. Ito po yung sinasabi natin na nakapaloob po sa loob ng NEP ang ating mga pagkakagastusan. Ngayon po, ito po ay pagdedebatihan sa Kongreso. Meron po tayong every committee, kunwari Committee on Housing, Committee on Education, Committee on Health, Public Accounts, etc. Lahat po ng departamento, nandiyan po. So every agency po, magpo-propose po yan at magpe-present sa Kongreso ng kanilang mga budget. May mga budget presentation. Iisa-isahin. Saan ba ilalagay ang pera? Lahat po na nagba-budget presentation ay magaganda. Wala naman po tayong masasabing hindi po maganda. Dahil pinag-aralan, pinaghirapan, at talaga naman pong binusisi nila. Okay. So ngayon po, after presentation sa mga committee hearings natin, ipapasa na po yan sa committee, ipepresenta naman po natin sa ating accounts at sa appropriation committee. Okay? Yung appropriation committee naman po, magkakaroon po yan ng small committee. Parang kami marami, di ba po? Magkakaroon ng small committee para pag-aralan, o tama ba itong budget na to? Dadagdagan ba to? Babawasan ba to? O stay lang natin ang budget. Okay? Pagkatapos po nito, sa Appropriations Committee, magkakaroon po ng bicameral ang Kongreso at ang Senado. Okay, doon po nangyayari yung mga insertions, debates, dadagdagan, bakit nagkaroon ng bawas, bakit nailagay na bawas dito, nailagay sa ibang departamento. Or hindi natin alam po, hindi natin sinasabi ng galing sa Senado, kaya nga po may Congress at Senado. Sila po ang magsasabi at magdidesisyon sa mga proyektong ilalagay, idadagdag o babawasan.
So, depende na sa priority ng mga Senado at Congressman.
Yes. Okay. So, doon po nabubuo. Hindi naman po tayo kasama doon sa bicameral. So, sila lang po yung mga limited na opisyales ng Kongreso at ng Senado ang magfa-final nito. Pag ito po ay naging final na ito, tinatapos po yan sa Kongreso ng September, October. Nag-uumpisa po ang committee hearings ng July, August, September, dapat tapos na po. October, pa-final po ito idadalhin sa Senado, bicameral. By December, kailangan po tapos na ito. Yung bicameral, ready na itaas po sa ating presidente. Okay? Dahil by December, kailangan po tapos kasi para sa first quarter, the following year, meron na pong budget ang bawat departamento. So, yun po ang senaryo kung paano po nangyayari ang NEP at ang GAA, nagiging final sa General Appropriations Act. Ito po yung lumalabas sa mga volumes na mga, yung mga expenditure, NEP at GAA, sinasubmit po yan sa Kongreso, binibigyan po ang bawat kongresista nito pong mga books na ito, makakapal po ito. Ngayon, doon po nangyayari, minsan makikita mo na doon, meron palang budget to, ay tinanggalan pala ito. Ito pala, bakit nagkaroon nito, wala naman to sa atin. So doon po nababasa, pag binusisi natin ang gusto, lalo na kung interesado ang isang kongresista sa kanyang proyekto. Doon niya makikita, ay pumasok, ay hindi na isama, na ilipat ang budget sa ibang lugar. Yun po ang nangyayari, yun po ang senaryo dito po sa budget hearing na sinasabi po natin.
Pero marami pa sana akong katanong pero wag na. Continue kasi may mga parking fee pa yun eh.
Yes.
Okay.
So wag na muna natin. Alam na nila yun. Pero yan, so yung corruption vulnerabilities, so minsan nangyayari doon sa mga insertions na sinasabi nila na, ay, tanggalin niyo dyan, ilagay natin dito. Oh, ito, wag na lang dyan, dito muna. Diba? So, ayan, pakita natin uli yung ating corruption vulnerability sa chart natin, yung ating cash flow, yung budget flow ng gobyerno, where money leaks. Okay? So, from budget to insertions to procurement to payments and to COA audit. Ayan. So, question. Ayan, oh. So, Doc John, yung insertion, nagli-leak doon. Ay, ang leakage ng extra mga pera na hindi nakasama doon sa finalization. Minsan napag-usapan na pero may na-insert pa.
Yes.
Depende kung sino yung mas malakas. Sabi, sige na, ilagay mo na.
Kung kanino galing at para saan.
Ang insertions po kasi ganito yan. Ang insertions hindi po kasama sa NEP.
Oo,
sa
sa
National Expenditure.
sa regular
Sa regular,
expenditure.
hindi kasama.
Yeah.
Ang insertions, ito po yung sinasabi nating extraordinary. Ang insertions po kasi nagsasama, meron tayong pinapasok doon sa unprogrammed funds.
Correct.
But ang unprogrammed funds po, nangyayari lang yan kung may extra na pera o taxes ang gobyerno. Pag meron po biglang pasok doon sa unprogrammed funds na wala pa pong nakalagay na proyekto, ano ba tong unprogrammed funds?
Eh, kunwari yung previous na earthquake, tapos na yon. Hindi, marami pang ibibuild. O yan, unprogram yan.
Oo, mga unprogrammed funds, yung mga calamities.
NDRMC calamities.
Yung mga, yung mga earthquake, flooding, pwede kasi yung ipasok din doon sa budget ng departamento. Kasi bawat departamento may NDRRMC, may mga agency na may mga budget ng mga calamity funds. Ang mga mayor, mga governors, may mga calamity funds yan. Ang presidente, meron siyang discretion na gamitin ang funds kung saan man niya gusto. Diba po? Kumbaga, kung dagdagan mo yung calamity fund na yan o ganyan, may discretion po siyang magsabi sa mga ahensya. Pwede po yun.
Siya yung magsasabing, oo, sige, pwede.
Ay, may dagdagan nyo yan. Ilabas nyo yan kasi importante yan.
So question, sinong umuo doon sa mga insertions?
Doon po sa insertions.
Yung mga nangyayari ngayon.
Ang mga nangyayari po ngayon kasi sa insertions, hindi natin ma-pinpoint eh. May investigasyon pa eh.
Walang resibo.
Pero siyempre, walang resibo. Ang ano lamang po yon, Congress at Senado, silang po ang makakasagot
Sa
dyan.
internal
Sa
or
internal.
internal na.
Kasi ang insertions po, hindi po alam naming mga regular na kongresista. Wala po kaming authority doon sa pag-uusapan ang tungkol sa mga insertions. Hindi po yung kasama sa aming otoridad.
Yeah, excited na si Doc John
Yan.
kasi masusolve natin yan.
Yes.
Kung merong validators, sila lang ang makakasagot, di ba?
Yes,
So,
yes,
yung procurement, yan din. Kasi, di ba, tinataasan ng 30%.
Yes. Ang procurement, okay, yun po yung sinasabi ni
Bibili.
Secretary Vince. Okay, kunwari sa DPWH, yung mga raw materials, yung mga,
correct.
kung ano-anong binibili, ang presyo, kunwari, 10 pesos. Tapos, pag pre-procure mo na,
50.
nagiging 30, nagiging 40, nagiging
50.
50 pesos. So, kaya lumalaki na lumalaki ang value nung proyekto na yon. Eh, kung kagaya niya, na himay-himay ni Secretary Vince, babaan nyo yan. Less by 50% dapat ang procurement nyo o yung proyektong yan, dapat less 50% ang mga raw materials nyo.
Sabi ko
diba?
nga, dati 10% lang hinihingi hanggang 15%. hanggang 30. Binaliktad, 30 na para sa project, 70 doon sa mga validators. Anyway, so and then yung pagbayad na. Ito pa.
Okay, payments na.
Oo.
Okay. Ang payments naman po kasi, dapat yan, ang payment, meron yung, bago pag binid yan, meron na yung timetable kung kailan bibigyan, kung sino nanalo na bidder. May percentage lang po yan. Okay. Ngayon nga, sinabi natin earlier sa part 1 natin, may mga tranches yan. Kung kailan matapos yung buong proyekto, dapat bayad ka. Para paano ka bibili ng mga gamit mo? Paano ka bibili?
Correct.
Magbabayad ng mga tao
Oo.
mo.
Correct.
Sasabihin, kaya hindi ko magawa
Hindi,
yan
bayad
kasi walang
mo.
bayad kayo O, diba? So, kailangan yan magkatugma sa finishing ng project, completion, at yung ibinabayad. By the time na na-complete mo yan, sabi, naku, hindi namin maano yun, wala pa kasing nire-release sa amin, yun ang problema. But yung tungkol sa procurement at payment, ang payment sa DBM na po yun.
Correct, sila yung magre-release
Oho, sa contractor na po yun.
Yan. Pero in between that, DBM releasing it and to the contractor, for example, yung DPWH, maraming milagrong percentage dyan.
At umabot tayo sa walang project na na-approve. I know,
Correct.
walang project na nagawa
Pero
pero
nabayaran.
nabayaran at na-inspect.
Yes.
Correct. Alam niyo, sabi ng kapatid ko, bakit lagi ka nakangiti at kuwan kahit may problema ang pinag-uusapan? Sabi ko kasi, being a Filipino, wala na akong tears. Tinatawa ko na lang. And we are like that, di ba?
Tama po.
Anyway,
Tayo, in any crisis, we stand tall and kailangan sabihin natin, let's think positive. May pag-asa pa Pilipinas. May
meron.
blockchain pa.
May Philippine. May pag-asa. Philippine Blockchain Infrastructure Council. So
Yes.
ngayon, let's give the floor sa ating expert Dr. John from Philippine Blockchain Infrastructure
Yan.
Council. How now PBIC or this blockchain technology that you have will plug these holes to mga leaks, mga butas na to.
So,
Okay.
i-explain na ni Doc kung paano,
So one of the features of blockchain, as I mentioned earlier, is transparency, okay, immutability, and consensus and smart contracts. Now, doon sa blockchain structure, maliwanag ito there is a security layer. Okay? Ang blockchain kasi may layers yan. Number 1 layer, para medyo balikan muna natin, para maintindihan natin to, on how to patch the holes. Okay? Una mo daw dyan is meron siyang infrastructure layer. Yung data center to. Okay? Pangalawa is the network layer. Sino ang mga network layer? Ito yung mga servers. Okay? Second is consensus layer. Ito yung mga validators. The third is the smart contract layer. Ito yung these are the rules para maging smart contract. Okay? Now, and finally, the security layer. Yung security layer ganito yan. Diretso natin yun. This is the solution of these leakages. Okay, now, doon sa national budget natin, di ba it started from the requisition department, from the project, iakyat doon sa DBM. From DBM to Congress, Congress to Senate, then babalik doon sa then Office of the President. Tama? Now, ang problema natin is, along the way, walang transparency doon, di ba? Nasa likod lahat. Ngayon, yung security layer ng blockchain, ito yung mangyari. Imagine mo ganito. Lahat ngayon, nandun ka sa DepEd, sa DBM ka, ako ngayon sa COA, ikaw naman kung saan. Okay, now. So, mangyari, lahat ng every single user of the blockchain platform, magkakaroon siya ngayon ng security protocol. Ulitin ko, Bago ko pumasok ako ngayon sa blockchain network or software, magkakaroon ako ngayon ng verification kung sino ako. Pag sinabing sino ako, meron siya parang yung OTP.
Yes.
May OTP.
PIN.
One-time PIN. Meron akong verified and accredited email.
Yes.
Meron akong specific IP address na ginamit ko kung nasan ako. At sino ang mga tao na kasama ko when I make a request doon sa blockchain? Meron siyang time stamping. Anong oras? Okay? Anong oras? Ano ang request ko? Andun lahat. Detalyado yon. Sino mga tao ang nag-request nun? And finally, meron siyang husky. Pag natapos na yon, ibig sabihin nun, meron siyang cryptographic code. Ang tawag yun is husky. Parang susi. Pag natapos na yung query ko dun sa blockchain, that's already a one block. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, kung ano man ang ginawa kong transaction, nag-request ako ng insertion, nag-amend ako ng ganon, automatic nasa blockchain yun. Kita lahat, di ba?
Booking na booking.
Talo na ito yung CCTV.
Yes.
Kahit i-broadcast mo siya online sa TV, nationwide, still, nakikita mo lang nagsasalita. Pero yung nasa papel, nakatago pa rin. Di ba tama?
Correct.
But with blockchain, ang interface mo, diretso ngayon sa blockchain. Wala kang itatago.
Real time.
Real time, di ba? So, yung process na yung kanina, wherever, if it's, kahit saan siya applicable, pwede siya sa Congress, pwede siya sa national budget, pwede siya sa DepEd, pwede siya sa DOH, anywhere, including the private sector. Basta yun ang importante doon sa blockchain. Every single action, automatic, recorded, and transparent.
Wow.
Walang lusot. Di ba? Kasi nagbabari kasi yung operations, di ba?
Yes.
Kanya-kanya department. Pero yung blockchain, hindi nagbavari yun. Pag itong ginawa mo, automatic, recorded
Kita
yan.
agad.
Transparent yan. Lalabas yan sa website. O di wala, sino pang mandadaya? Wala na, di ba?
Correct. So pag galing example,
Natatakot na.
galing kay President yung budget approval, di ba?
Yes.
So, dapat yung validators among the executive lang. Siya o kung sino yung gusto niya
Hindi,
maging
ganito.
bago
Okay.
niya ibaba.
I-define uli natin yun, ha? Okay. Iba yung validators from the national to local nationwide. Kasi ang validators doon ang validators are
The
the checks
department.
and balances parties.
Oh,
Di ba may check and balances?
which should
COA,
be outside.
BBM,
Ayun.
Office of the President.
Yan, yan, yan.
O, di ba? Di ba lahat may check and balances? So those are
Yes.
validators.
So, gaya ng legislative, isa sa
Yes,
Congress, isa sa
correct. That's right.
Executive Department,
Yes.
DBM, COA.
Exactly. So
People
sila
in
ngayon
authority.
magbibigay ngayon ng predefined rules. Bago natin gawin yun, di ba?
Silang gagawa.
Yan. Di ba ang ganda?
Para sabihin, Presidente, andun ka nun.
Yeah.
Alam mo yan.
Oo.
Oh, DBM, andun ka nun. Pinag-usapan natin yan.
Oo.
Kaya, hindi.
Di ba? Na ulitin ko lang ha.
Galing.
These validators are the people who are formulating the policies and rules. Ulitin ko ha. Pag nagawa daw ng rules na yon, ilalagay na yun dun sa servers. Those servers are considered nodes. Iraran mo na dun yung approved or agreed predefined rules natin, ilalagay mo dun sa kanya-kanyang server. Ang tawag dun is live ledger. Yung ledger. Yung ledger na yon, whatever transaction lalabas, meron siyang live ledger. May live ledger na siya. Alright? Now, so that's for nationwide. Now, ulitin natin. How about for a single department? DepEd, for example. Iba naman,
Okay.
ibang validators nun. The validators in DepEd, siyempre, mayroong purchasing department, di ba? May logistics department, may accounting department, may office of secretary, may kung sino-sino. Those are the validators.
Sila ang validator.
Di ba? Sa loob ng department. So, pinag say, sila rin ang mag-create ng policies and predefined rules. Na lahat daw ng ginagawa natin dito, pre-agreed. Okay? Pre-agreed ng lahat. Walang lulusot dito. So, ibig sabihin, every single department may validators, whether it applies to the government, to private sector, may validators. Okay. Alright? Yeah.
May tanong.
Okay.
May nag-text sa akin. Paano kung yung isa sa validator na yon loko-loko nga. Gustong gumawa ng kalokohan.
At kasama din sa
kasama
ano,
sa mga
budget.
mga budget o whatever. So doon pa lang po sa validator na yon at yung mga validator natin within kunwari nga DepEd or DPWH or whatever agency, mako-question na yun agad eh. Kasi
Yes.
kayo mismo, bago nyo ilalagay yun, checkin nyo tama ba to. Pag questionable, hindi nyo muna ipapasok.
Oo, correct.
Kung meron kayong duda, humanap kayo ng ibang validator. Tama ba yun? Explain nga, Dr. John.
I-explain ko lang. There are two types of validator. Ulitin ko ito sa mga blockchain guys. There are two types of validators. One is the active validator, one is passive.
Okay.
The active one is hindi mangyayari daw ang transaction, hindi mag-pursue ang transaction pag hindi na-achieve yung predefined rules. Those are active.
Okay.
The passive one is, sige, go ahead. Kahit ang transaction gawin mo yan, kahit ginawa mo masama yan, tuloy-tuloy ang transaction. Pero lalabas yung transaction ginawa mo pag mali. Siyempre, takot ka doon, di ba? Di ba?
Mabubulgar.
Mabubulgar ka. Ang
So,
tawag doon is
two-way.
chain code.
Chain code.
Chain code. The code of the chain.
Yes.
Okay.
So the code of the chain will be converted into a smart contract. Okay? Yan na yung blockchain. Right? So dalawa yun. Ulitin ko the active validator and the passive validator. Ngayon, ang tanong, paano ang mga ibang department ayaw gumawa ng blockchain governance board?
Yeah.
Kasi ayaw nila kasi hindi sila makapagkuhan eh. O di ituloy lang natin. I-plug in natin yung 360.
Continue where you wanna start.
360
Oo,
blockchain.
360 blockchain natin. Sige, by the time na nag-connect na tayo, lahat ng transaction mo dyan,
Lalabas.
no matter whether you like it or not, lalabas yan sa public. Di ba?
Correct.
Di ba?
Pag nabuo yung whole nation approach
Kasi
na
may mga
360.
questions na yan, di
Yes,
ba? So, lalabas at lalabas.
Lalabas.
Hindi mo
Doon
pwedeng
lalabas
hindi
ngayon.
Yes.
Doon
Correct.
lalabas. Bakit ganun? Bakit ganun? Bakit
Correct.
nagkaganon?
Kasi
Ayan.
hindi naman natin masasabi na lahat ng board of governments gusto nito eh.
Of course.
Yes.
Pero gusto ng presidente na ayusin ng Pilipinas, saksakan mo ng blockchain, automatic makikita ngayon ng tao yung nangyayari doon sa departamento mo. No matter whether you like it or not.
You cannot hide.
You cannot hide. You
can run, but you can never hide.
Yes.
You cannot hide.
You can hide.
correct.
You can hide from the camera, but you can never lie with blockchain.
Yeah.
ang ganda yan.
So
Tama,
that's
tama.
the system.
Right. Kaya sabi
I
nga
think
pag
we can term that this is the system of truth.
Yeah, kaya nga di ba?
Yes.
Kaya blockchain technology is a trust technology. It's a trust
At saka
technology.
ang technology na yan, yung blockchain na yan, gamit all over the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yung mga
Yeah,
modernong
yung mga countries natin.
modernong mga countries,
Bansa.
lahat ng mga companies nila. Kasi hindi kaya ng may-ari na chicken lahat yung kung
Yes.
ano yung mga
Not a big
transactions.
Okay, not.
Yes.
Pag meron kang 400,000 na tauhan,
Cannot.
Let me just share to you about the update of blockchain, updates. Singapore is doing a blockchain infrastructure as we speak right now. It's a national blockchain infrastructure.
hindi ka na make one na.
Okay? Other companies in the United States and in Europe, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So kasi, available ang technology. So gagawin lang natin yung tamang latag ng technology. Hindi lang puro pag-uusapan. Dapat, sabay-sabay tayo, i-define natin ang roadmap. Tapos, sige, with the political will, gawin natin. Para this country will
prosper.
Will prosper.
Tanong.
Kasi by the time we don't adopt this blockchain, we will be left behind.
Yeah.
By the time, litin ko ito.
Left behind.
The moment we will be left behind, our economy will
Prosper.
will be slowed down. Why? Because when everybody is doing a blockchain in terms of commerce, in terms of
all over the
everything,
world. all over the
Labor,
world.
lahat.
the world will become a blockchain interoperable.
Yes.
By the time we're left behind, we will not be part of the interoperability. Then
We cannot catch up.
then economically we will suffer.
At saka ang tanong
Right?
ng mga investors, Doc
True.
Jan,
Yes.
is kumusta yung integrity niyan? Paano mo masasabi na merong integrity yung ginagawa
Yes.
niyo?
Yes.
Yung
That's
blockchain
right.
will
Yes.
support
Yes.
it.
Very true.
That's
Yan ang sabi po na kailangan na po talaga natin ng blockchain na yan.
Question, MK, Ms. Rina, Doc Jan. Sa ngayon, we have the technology, kailangan lang gamitin. Do we already have the system in place right now? Ano ang status?
Okay. I could talk in behalf of my company.
Yes, okay.
Okay. My company, I'm the CEO of Integra Nexus. So I think we are, I don't want to toot my horn, but we are the first company who ever built the digital tax clearinghouse with BIR.
Wow.
Okay? So, however, this platform is not yet implemented with BIR. We're
Not
working
yet,
with
but
the BIR.
We presented.
We have already presented with BIR and DOF, and they love it.
And the LRA, Land Registration
and Land Registration Authority as well.
Okay.
So ito ngayon, it's a fully functional platform. Ulitin ko
Okay.
Hindi lang basta-bastang platform ito. It's a combination between of blockchain and ERP and AI. Kasi hindi na pwedeng i-blockchain mo lang si BIR. Why? Kasi according to the law passed last year, ang sinasabi na, okay, magkakaroon ng 12% VAT.
VAT.
VAT. Okay? Now, pag sinabing VAT, yung 12%, hindi lang yun for BIR. Kailangan doon yung mga digital service providers, both foreign and local. Ito yung mga Facebook, TikTok, Lazada, and everything.
Shopee.
Including the local payment gateways. Yung mga GCash, Paymaya, debit cards, credit cards. Okay, now, so it's a full integration. By the way, the platform that we have built caters the 70 million online shoppers. And we process, guarantee, 7 million transactions per minute. And we're building up a 100 megawatt hyperscale data center here in the Philippines to support that. So ngayon, ready na kami doon. So we're just asking the government, bakit pa, hindi pa natin gawin to? Let's do it. Available lang ang technology ang platform natin. Hindi na ito yung drawing. Andito na, available na.
It's just a matter of i-embrace na lang ng government
Yes.
and we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Correct. By the way, this is a zero cost to the government. Walang gastusin ng government dito.
Talaga?
Yes.
Zero
Yes.
cost. No cost
We
to the
are applying
government.
for PPP, a public-private partnership. Hindi lang kami basta-basta makagalaw kasi wala pang
Final go signal.
final go signal ang BIR. So,
For clarification, Doc Jan, Integra Nexus is offering digital tax clearinghouse to the Bureau of Internal Revenues para maayos yung taxation, no more manipulation.
yes.
Diba? No more evasion of taxes.
Yes.
So every centavo will go to the public.
Yes.
Benefit of the Filipino people. So now, if we are into the implementation, we are just awaiting for a 90-day pilot presentation, a go signal from the BIR to be able to do an implementation. After the 90-day period, and we already have a go with the Integra, then, ano na to? It's already a go. Kumbaga, full implementation ang kailangan. But we need a go signal
From the BIR. Talking about the BIR na inumpisa na ng PBIC. So, question. Me as a taxpayer, pwede ba akong mag-encode? Magiging public ba siya? Yung gaya ng sabi mo, yung crypto, anybody can...
No, hindi.
Pwede mag-encode.
Sila lang mag-encode.
Visibility.
Yes.
Baka
Visibility,
pwede.
Yeah,
yes.
visibility, yes. Transparent yun. Lalabas yun sa BIR.
Yes.
Imagine lahat ng taxes lalabas. Ulitin ko that the coverage of the digital tax clearinghouse is only for the sales tax. Yung ibang taxes hindi, wala. Yung
Sales
Sa
tax.
VAT
yung sales tax, yung VAT
Sa
lang.
VAT.
Yes.
Value-added tax
So imagine
lang.
ngayon.
Muna ang ginawa niyo.
Let's check a reality check. Now, implemented ng law last year. Now, ang nangyari ngayon, ang sabi na lahat daw ng digital service provider mag-register. Kulang pa. Wala pa doon si Facebook, wala si TikTok, wala kung sino. Yung malaki, wala.
They're earning a lot.
Learning a lot. So lahat ng pera na kinukuha ng Pilipinas nila, napupunta sa labas ng
abroad.
Pilipinas.
Sa abroad.
Correct.
Di ba tama? So nasa 12%, wala, di ba?
Wala.
But with our system, ito mangyayari. I designed the system in such a way na at the point of sale, kukunin na natin doon 12%, remit it directly, instantly to BIR wallet. Can you imagine na nandun ang pera sa gobyerno?
But
ayaw pa
everybody
nila.
should register.
Yes.
No, wala.
Mga online companies.
Hindi. Wala nang registration. Ang registration is on the part of the buyer.
Selling?
Yun, di ba yung buyer ka?
Yes.
Bumuli ka ng online sa Shopee.
correct.
Di ba register ka na sa... may registration ka na sa GCash mo, di ba? Meron ka ng registration sa Shopee.
Yes.
Hanggang doon na lang yun. Ang gagawin lang nito is ipaprocess kami, si Digital Tax Clearance lang, mag-process na ng VAT mo.
So, dediretso na yung 12% doon sa pinurchase ko online to BIR.
Yes, wallet. Yes. Di ba ang ganda nun?
Sa ngayon kasi, para in a layman's term, sa ngayon kasi, di ba, may Netflix, may Shopee, may Lazada, lahat ng binibili natin doon,
May 12%.
hindi natin nakukuha yung 12% VAT. Mga Netflix, mga
Wala.
yan.
Yes.
Direkta yan sa kumpanya nila sa foreign. Pag nadala na nila yung pera sa foreign, ibig sabihin, babalik na naman nila. No more.
Wala
Kahit
rin.
batas na yan, hindi fully implemented.
Tama ka dyan.
So, natatalo tayo
Ang dami
ng
pa naman
bilyon-bilyon
users.
o milyon-milyon na pera
Grabe, no?
every day.
Every day yun, ha? Billion
Every
yun.
day. Pag nade-delay tayo ng 1 day, 2 days, and more months, ganun karaming pera nawawala sa Pilipinas.
Grabe.
Dito sa mga online sales natin.
Tama.
Can you imagine?
Tama.
One of the major major company is for taxes is Facebook. Alam sa Facebook, we have in the Philippines we have 83 million users. With the 83 million users, palagay natin 20% na lang ang magbabayad ng tax or magbibili ng Facebook products.
Yes.
So automatic doon, yung taxable item noon, that 20%. Can you imagine yung 20% na yun? Magkano pera yun?
Sayang.
Nawawala yun eh.
Sayang
So
na
ang ginagawa natin, we offer this digital tax clearinghouse at the point of sale. Kukunin natin yun. Araw-araw, revenue ng government yun. So ano ibig sabihin ng revenue ng government nun? Ibig sabihin nun, may record na ngayon si government, may record din si digital service provider, may record yung tao, may record yung si PSP. So transparent lahat, di ba? Di ba validators to?
Yes.
Oo, di ba?
Ako, kunwari, nagbili ako sa online, hindi naman ako magdadagdag na pera napabayad ko dahil hindi naman ako kukuhanan. Automatic meron na
Automatic,
yun eh.
oo.
So hindi ako magdadagdag ng pera kaysa naku baka magmahal yan.
So si
Baka merong
seller
blockchain.
na ang idadagdag niya yung 12%.
Okay, let me put it this way.
Explain.
Yung 12% VAT, hindi to bago.
Matagal na to eh.
Matagal na to. Para kang bumili lang sa Jollibee, di ba may 12% VAT na inclusive?
Kumain ka.
Ginawa lang natin online.
Correct.
Ang nabago lang yung experience mo, but the law is still the same.
No
Diba?
additional cost.
And the question is, now, the gap is, those global companies with the likes of Netflix, Meta, who still charges 12%. Coming from the discussion kanina, we are never sure if they are returning it
Correct.
as a 12%.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Here.
True.
Why? Kasi here's the proof. Number one, walang record si BIR kung magkano ang sales niya.
Exactly.
Di ba tama?
Yes, walang habol.
Walang
dyan.
habol yun. Walang records eh. Since walang records, pwede i-declare ni Meta or na TikTok, YouTube, ito lang ang revenue namin sa Pilipinas. But with the Digital Tax Clearinghouse, walang 0-0 yun. Ibig sabihin nun, kung kumuha ka ng 1 billion a day, automatic 1 billion, yung 12% ng 1 billion, ibibigay mo sa gobyerno. Diretso yun sa
Diretso.
gobyerno.
wala
May
kasi-
record ng gobyerno, may record ng digital
Yes.
service providers, di ba? May record ng tao. By the way, may record yung payor. Kasi automatic, ipupush natin dun sa email niya.
Pero wait a minute, kailangan mo mag-train ng cyber police online.
Hindi na.
Yung mga bagong kumpanya, foreign companies na hindi registered sa Philippines.
Doon kasi,
Iba.
lahat ng, no matter, sabi ko nga, whether they like it or not, automatic, yung sale nila, lalabas. Why? Because we capture the tax on the point of
Doc,
sale.
in the
Point of
perspective of like, let's say for example, is it the seller who should have an account here in the Philippines for that 12% auto deduct? Or me as a buyer na merong account dapat kay blockchain para madiretso kay BIR?
Hindi.
Paano yung
i-explain ko lang.
process
Okay.
nun?
So,
Si BIR.
BIR.
as I said early on,
Yes.
walang pinag-iba ito doon kung bibili ka lang ng chicken sa Jollibee.
Yes.
May 12%.
You just fall in line, you pay cash or credit card,
Yes.
di ba? So pag doon sa POS na yon, di ba pag binigyan ng resibo, meron kang 12%?
Yes.
Okay.
Automatic.
Automatic yun eh. So, nilagay lang natin sa online. The same experience. Ang kaibahan lang nun is nakuha agad ng government yung pera.
Yes.
Doon sa POS, i-remit yun after 3 months or 4 months.
Yes.
Di ba? Ulitin ko.
Yeah.
3 months or 4 months pa yon. Isasabihin ng may-ari, ito lang ho ang kinita ko. Kasi ang iba nakatago. With online, wala. Automatic.
Real time.
Real time yun.
Makikita mo yung total.
Total yun.
Magkano in a day transaction.
Yeah. So maganda yan.
Talaga maganda ito. Kaya sabi namin.
So dapat, yan, BIR should subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Okay. We are not we are offering it to BIR.
Yeah.
Oo,
free.
For free.
We are just awaiting for a 90-day pilot
Trial,
presentation lang.
Trial
Pag
period
nagkaroon
lang.
ng pilot presentation, we can have it a go at no cost
No
to the
cost to the
government.
Naku, manawagan na tayo
pa
sa
ang kokolekta.
BIR.
BIR, anong inaantay nyo?
Billion-billion ang kokolektahin na the additional benefit to the services for the Filipino people.
Pero alam mo
Nako,
naman na
para sa
maraming
Christmas.
room of corruption dyan din. If I'm a big company, pare, pakikuan mo lang na hindi masyadong mataas yung aking tax.
Pero ito, it's more on online sales.
Sales lang
right?
na ito.
Online sales ang ginagawa
It's
natin.
for the government.
Yeah.
It's para sa pera ng Pilipino.
Iba ito kasi is only limited
For
to
the
the sales tax,
Okay.
not on the business income tax.
Ah,
Iba to,
yeah.
iba yun.
Iba,
ha?
iba.
Separate.
Linilangin
Pero
ko lang.
pwede rin.
Sales lang.
Huwag naman natin pakialaman yung business
Sales
income
tax.
tax.
Sa
Doon
tax
sa
na.
sales income tax.
Yes.
Sa sales tax.
Kasi you are making it very desirable for BIR. Bigyan mo ng libre, ito mangyayari, ang dami mong makukolekta.
Correct.
Parang ganon, di
Tama,
ba?
tama.
BIR, 20 minutes. Okay, so, question. Yung buong sistema andito na.
Which system? BIR?
Yung kay BIR at saka yung blockchain natin, PBIC na i-offer natin
Okay,
sa mga departments.
So the PBIC, we are now right after the PBIC foundation launch natin is so I already convened the team and we are preparing the architectural design. Then gagawin natin 'yon. Come February next year, tapos na siya. Nakalagay doon and March pilot na tayo. 1 or 2 to 3. Kahit ilan sabay-sabay ng government pwede
Sa
na.
March, pwede
Doc,
na.
pwede ka bang mag-guest ulit sa amin to tell us
course.
also how ready we are so that the nation should know that
Yeah.
we are gearing towards this technology.
Para mas maintindihan
Yes.
pa konti-konti.
Correct, correct.
So, kwan na, advocacy na ng Kamusta Ka
Yes.
Bagong
Of
Pilipinas.
course.
Ang
kailangan.
PBIC.
Advocacy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Diba?
In fact, by Kwan, I'd like to take this opportunity na by next year, hindi lang tayo, we're not just building the platform.
Yes.
But also, we would like the whole Filipinos in the Philippines to be aware dito sa ginagawa natin. So, next year, come February, first week of February, ulitin ko we will be having a National Blockchain Summit.
Wow.
January, right?
Yes, January or
Attend
first week of
February.
February. We are inviting all the secretaries and all the business leaders in the Philippines to be part of this, to understand the commercial and the political impact of this blockchain infrastructure highway. We are inviting, we would like to invite, of course, your team.
Kumusta
Yes.
ka?
Kumusta ka?
Thank you.
Para
Pilipinas.
i-promote natin. Kasi it's a matter of awareness. Pag na-aware na sila, okay pala, then sige, come March, implement na natin. Di ba tama?
Correct.
And also, I'd like to take this opportunity. I'm inviting our government to have this political will to implement this blockchain. Again, there is no political color in here.
wala.
These are purely civic initiative. Okay? This is a private initiative. We are here to help the government because we understand na may problema. So in our own little way,
Yes.
we would like to offer these services. Again, we are not charging the government for billions of money. Ang gagawin lang natin is we will be charging each and every department and agency, including the private sectors, on a subscription basis lang. Parang ang magkano lang fee nun? Per user lang? 300, 500 pesos per month? Not bad, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi pag kumuha tayo doon sa labas ng Pilipinas ng mga provider ng blockchain, maliit doon ang mga 500 million pesos for every single department. Yes, ito mura lang. Subscription ka lang. And besides, it's sovereign.
Atin.
Local,
All
atin.
Filipino.
All Filipino. Alright?
Atin.
Yeah.
And proven na talaga.
Proven na.
It's workable. Gumawa ka ng
Gumawa na,
simple
nagawa
ng
na.
bayad center
Yes.
mo. Sa Nexus, ginawa mo
yeah.
ng mga projects nyo dyan, di ba?
Yes.
Ano pa yung
Ang
mga
concept kasi ng we've done Bayad Center. I was the architect of Bayad Center. Yung Bayad Center, hindi pa siya blockchain dati. ERP, Enterprise Resource Platform. The same thing, the same concept. There's a universal software. Yung lahat ng bills payment, merchant providers, billers ang tawag nila, nag-connect na lang doon. Ganon. Through API. walang pinag-iba ito doon sa ginagawa natin na 360 chain. The same.
Except unhackable.
Unhackable, yes. So,
Correct.
Right?
Yun,
That's right.
yun. Oh, di ba? So, saan ka pa? Okay. So, sana po magawa na rin yan, ano? So, may question ka pa, Rina?
Invite mo lang sila, Doc, for now to look forward and explain to them how it will benefit not only the government but all throughout the nation.
Yes.
Even the
private
simple
sectors.
business owners and to us end users, please tell us how it will gonna benefit us, what we look forward about it, and at the same time, how it will make a change in the perspective of the Filipino in terms of transparency.
Before he answers that, ang gusto ko yung sinabi niya, pag hindi kayo kasali sa blockchain o yung company nyo ay hindi pa nagba-blockchain or yung government natin nagba-blockchain, it will come to a point, maybe sooner than now, na hindi na kayo gustong ka-business transaction ng mga companies na hindi kayo blockchain.
Yes. Hindi interoperable.
Hindi na high-tech.
Diba? Kasi sabihin nila, who will attest their integrity?
Yes.
Blockchain
Correct.
will test your integrity because you will have receipts to present to your counter trading partners.
Yes.
Diba?
Yes. Now, imagine the banks. The bank has to build a blockchain network in their core banking platform. Because the bank, if they will not allow blockchain, they will be left behind. They will not be interoperable to international banks. So limit na sila, di ba? Okay. How about doon tayo sa academe. Alam sa academe? Can you imagine all the diploma, all the transcript will be in a form of blockchain?
Yes.
Walang duplication.
Correct.
Di ba? Ang ganda?
Hindi nabibili.
Hindi nabibili.
At andun yung pangalan ng graduate.
Yes. Civil service.
Magagalit
Civil service. Ang civil service, we do blockchain and AI. Hindi na kailangan pumunta ka pa sa classroom. AI kahit sa bahay, pwede ka mag-exam through AI.
Correct.
Yes.
Everyone of this
And
kind.
we record that in a chain. Then automatic, transparent yun sa lahat. Di ba?
Oo.
Bar exam, board exam, nandun lahat i-blockchain natin. Di ba? Di ba ang ganda nun? Okay.
Bar exam, hindi ata pwede. Dapat may nakabantay.
AI yun. AI driven yun. No, let me be very particular
pwede.
with the agency that I would like to run a blockchain network. Comelec. Hindi, totoo lang
Correct. Sige nga.
Hindi
Yan ang
natin
gusto ko.
papakialaman ang Comelec. Ulitin ko we don't want to intervene with the Comelec provider, but we simply would like to put a blockchain plugins in the Comelec network.
For transparency.
For transparency.
transparency.
Oh, di ba?
Papayag kaya
That's
sila.
very good.
Ulitin ko
That's very
Bahala
good.
sila. Again, it's a political will. Okay. Second, the national ID system. With blockchain, we can be able to absolutely determine the real number of how many Filipinos we really have in this country through blockchain. Who said that there is a 120 million?
Oo, 180
Correct.
to 120
Million.
million
Saan yung
daw.
listahan nyo?
Assumption yun. But with blockchain, it's absolute number. Diba? DFA. Ganun din. Walang duplication doon.
Ng passport.
Sa passports. Diba? The border control has to put a blockchain technology or network. Immigration. Yung mga importante yan.
Yes.
Can you imagine with all these departments fully integrated into one universal platform called 360? Oh my goodness. Our country will fly.
Yeah.
Interoperable to an international commercial stage.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yes.
That's our dream. That's why PBIC would like to help the government to really lead them. Because I understand the fact that there is always a handicap in terms of knowledge,
Yeah.
True.
in terms of experience. That's why we're here to help. We are not here to govern, but we are here to help to be interoperable to the national policy
Yeah.
of DICT.
Yeah.
So we would like to help. To help.
At sabi nga,
And of course, di ba, imagine a Philippines where every transaction is verifiable, traceable, tamper-proof, kung saan wala na tayong kailangan sa mga under the table, lahat malinaw
Yeah.
at mabilis, di
Yeah.
ba? Kumbaga, ang blockchain ngayon, hindi na to buzzword eh. It's already a necessity para itong isang real working solution para sa accountability, para sa trust and efficiency, ganun din especially sa public service.
Correct.
Kailangan natin ng blockchain.
Correct. I
Ayan.
agree with you, Kong M. This is a small step but a huge leap toward ethical and transparent governance, di ba? And yung sinasabi natin, gusto mo mag-progress, umangat rin, i-level up mo rin yung digital knowledge mo. And our government, it's time. Kaya lang, baka wala nang gusto magtrabaho sa BIR, sa department, kasi
Ay, nako po.
wala
Nandun
na,
yung
mapapalitan kasi hindi na
transparency.
sila makahawak. Magbilang.
Pero alam mo ko anong trade-off nun?
Ano?
Trade-off nun? Investment opportunity
Yeah,
will
will
flourish.
come.
Yes,
Diba?
yeah.
Because the
trust.
confidence level of
Yeah.
these investors will
Soar
soar high, di ba?
And also, one good benefit, hindi na lang tayo magiging laborer, magiging entrepreneurs tayo.
Yes.
Because we will be having enough room for good profit, good capital for our investment. And then marami ng mga foreigners na mag-i-invest sa atin, ng mga investors, at the same time, dahil makakaipon tayo, lahat ay nate-trace, lahat ay napupunta sa atin, mas magandang benepisyo ang marireceive ng ating mga pamilya at ng ating personal na buhay. Maraming OFWs hindi na rin mag-a-abroad yan.
Yeah.
Mag-i-stay na sa
Correct.
pamilya nila, kasama ang mga mahal nila sa buhay, birthday, wedding, graduation, kahit na ano pang mga okasyon. Napakagandang
At
Pilipinas,
saka yung
diba?
PBIC, marami na siyang i-employ.
Of course.
Yes.
Diba?
Kailangan yan eh. Kailangan.
Yes.
Oo, diba?
Ayan.
Ang importante kasi, ang Pilipinas, blockchain, kailangan may tiwala at may pag-asa pa para sa Pilipinas.
Yes.
Diba?
And definitely thank you, Doc, again. And thank you, Kong M, for the wonderful presentation of blockchain. And folks, sa ating mga kababayan, here again, we encourage our viewers dito sa
Kamusta?
Kumusta Ka Bagong Pilipinas to actively monitor yung mga allocations natin. It is not the time for us to just shake our shoulders and do nothing, okay? We have to seek for transparency and it should start from us. So this awareness also and participation will lift us higher to a change possibility. And remember, technology is only as good as the people using it responsibly. And again, let us take our part. And this is Rina Tolentino greeting you a very wonderful day. And this is Kumusta Ka Bagong Pilipinas with MK.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. John and Kong Magsino, for sharing your insights. And to our viewers, please stay informed, stay engaged, and together we can build at Kumusta Ka, a Bagong Pilipinas. All right, so
Alright.
again,
Yes.
by parting,
I would like to thank, of course, Kamusta Ka Bagong Pilipinas. Blockchain is now here in the Philippines. We have the technology, we have the system. We are just waiting for the full implementation. Dahil naniniwala po tayo na ang PBIC, ang ating Philippine Blockchain Infrastructure Council, is here really to stay because this has to be a long-term solution para sa isang problema ng ating bansa na kinakailangan na nating solusyonan. Hindi po bukas, hindi kung kailan, ngayon na po. Dahil alam natin na ang ating gobyerno ay tutulong, susuporta para maging national ang ating blockchain para po sa lahat ng Pilipino dahil meron lang tayong isang bansa, ang Pilipinas, mahalin po natin ito. Yakapin natin ang blockchain. This is the solution. Promise, wag po kayong aalis, suportahan natin ang PBIC. Maraming salamat po. Congresswoman Marisa Dalmar Magsino ng 19th Congress at Ambassadress ng PBIC. Ayan.
yung tagline po ng PBIC, gusto niyo sabihin sa Philippines.
Okay. Again, it's time to adopt blockchain in this country. Okay. We need a political support. We need a collaborative support both for private and public. and we could better serve this country and have a better future, not just for us but for our children. Okay?
Yes, and I agree to that because the PBIC technology is behind the digital trust.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
And blockchain made simple, that was very much explained by our guest, Dr. John. So, ang sabi nila, ang blockchain o PBIC blockchain is the future digital record book.
Okay.
Diba? Kasi di ba may mga accounting books, eto na.
Yes.
Diba?
That's right.
Na unhackable and can be trusted. So thank you again so much for being here. And I hope all our viewers have taken some learnings and know-how what blockchain is all about. Rina?
Okay. And again, let us remind to our Filipinos and to our OFWs to follow us, Kumusta Ka Bagong Pilipinas YouTube channel. And at the same time, our Facebook and Instagram we also have. And don't forget to follow DJ Rina for to our page and to MK's page.
Yes. All right. So we would like to thank our technical crew, our technical director, again, Jason Alivio, cameraman, Jomer Esplana, our teleprompter director, Joseph Echano, and all the beautiful people here.
Behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, yung iba na wala na. Thank you so much for our program director, Miss Jillian Pascual, and Miss Alicia Avila. This is your host, Marlene Cragg, saying thank you. Until next time, don't forget, search more about Philippine blockchain
Infrastructure Council.
Ayan.
Till next time, folks. Bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Kamusta